But Rob, there's other things to talk about, obviously, in sports. And one of them is that LeBron James will not go for the scoring title. Now, that became a big storyline, right?
Well, because there's 2 games left. He had to play in both of them to qualify, correct?
Right. Yeah, you have to play in at least 70% of the games to qualify for the leaderboards.
Right.
Rebounds, assists, scoring, whatever the title is. And that means 58 games in an 82-game season. And he's obviously at 56. Now, there is a caveat, but he wouldn't qualify if you've played, 55, 56 games. If they can give you a 0, like 0 points scored for those 2 games or whatever, and you still win, yes, you can win it. But he wouldn't qualify because it was so close with Joel Embiid, who looks like he'll probably win it, although Giannis is lurking. But Rob, here's the one thing I want to say, and I believe LeBron's legitimately hurt. Look, if they were in the playoffs, do I think he could go out there and play? Sure. But realizing that, they're done, there's nothing left to play for as far as team-wise.
We're talking about done.
Right. They can't even get in the play-in. So he's decided to shut it down, which I respect, and that's fine. But I'm going to say this. And I don't know that if this weighed into LeBron's decision or not. I have no idea. But the optics of LeBron, let's say he decides to play these 2 games and go for it. Goes for between 40 and 50 points in both games. Clearly, I don't mean just ridiculous gunning. I don't mean Kobe in his last game taking 50 shots.
Right, 50 shots to score.
But I'm just talking about clearly, trying to win, but trying to score a bunch of points too. If LeBron did that, Rob, I think he would get ripped to shreds. And I think you'd be one of the people at the front of the line. And I don't think that's fair because I'm going to throw this out. Now, this is all speculation. But if Steph Curry were in the same position, let's say last year, they didn't make the playoffs. They made the play-in. But if Steph was in this position where the team is eliminated, but he's having a great individual year as far as scoring the ball, and Steph went for it and drops 47 in game 57 and 61 in game 58 to qualify and win the scoring title, I think people would be going bananas in a positive way. And I don't think that's fair. And I think that goes not only for Steph, for Damian Lillard, just about anybody else you throw out there. And I don't think that's fair to LeBron James, Rob.
I disagree, Chris. I do think it's fair because LeBron is held to a higher standard.
So first thing, you do agree with my assertion that other players, okay.
Yes, other players would be able to do it, but it would be frowned upon if you're looking at a guy trying to say he's the greatest of all time, he's the GOAT. LeBron has different standards. Can we be honest? Michael Jordan has different standards, certain things you expect from certain players. And I think LeBron knows that, his place in the game. And he can't be doing stuff that would be looked, it would be like, say if LeBron cherry-picked Chris the whole game.
Well, no, that's an extreme.
No, but that would be like, what are you doing?
That would, yes. That would rightly be frowned upon.
Exactly.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, I think given where the season went, which was terrible, they haven't won 2 games in a row since January 7th. Just a terrible season. And I think he did the right thing. That people would go, why are you doing this? This is year 19. God forbid you get hurt. Trying to play 2 meaningless games. You got a bad ankle, Chris. It's a pile of stuff that would make it look bad. And they wouldn't expect that because LeBron James, let's be honest, Chris, it would be a nice feather in LeBron's cap, but it ain't changing your legacy. It wouldn't be legacy changing.
It wouldn't move you ahead of Jordan. Right.
So what if you told me, I don't know, he did something and he could do it and you might consider him over Jordan because he accomplished that, that's something different. This will not change had he won the scoring title, would not have changed most people's minds. It would have been a feather in his cap without question.
Right.
So that's why I just think LeBron has different standards and higher standards, and I think that's good. He should appreciate that.
Well, he does have different standards. I agree with you, and higher standards. And he's got the highest standards. He's got them higher than Steph. But Steph's got high standards too. Steph's a 3-time champion. Steph's a 2-time MVP, the only unanimous MVP. Him winning a scoring title wouldn't add to his legacy either. But people would be cool with it. I don't know. Is it because he's smaller? He's a point guard. He's not the all-around player that LeBron is. He didn't put out a tweet saying, keep that same energy. I don't know. I mean, Rob, I wonder, look, and I'll throw this out, maybe a Kevin Durant. I don't know that Kevin Durant could get away with it either. He might be one other player that people would frown upon if he did that. So I don't know if it's every single player, but I hear you on LeBron's different standards, but I would not, I just think, look, you want to win. Of course, that's the reason you play the game. And I think that LeBron has shown that that's why he plays the game. But if you can't win, getting some individual accolades aren't bad either. You know, and we speak with romantic, memories about David Thompson going for 70 some odd points. I think 73 on the last day of the season. And then George Gervin coming out and going for 63 to get the scoring title. So I think that, I just think it's unfortunate. And I'm not going to dismiss your point because I think it is a good point. But I think it's unfortunate that LeBron would so clearly be mocked and criticized if he went for the scoring title. And yet other all-time greats, such as a Steph Curry, would probably be celebrated, in my opinion. So let's throw it out to the listeners. 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Do you think LeBron made the right decision not to go for the scoring title? He's hurt, so maybe it wasn't even his choice.